Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I'm continuing my series on how to sing like. Next up, John Fogerty from Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now, if you don't mind, please like and subscribe to my channel. That'd be really cool. Hit the bell so I can keep new cool videos coming your way. And I have a singing course. It's called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. And you can find it right here at kentemplinvocalacademy.com. Now, I want to talk about John because John is one of the original belters. And there are a few people in that time. We talk about Paul Rodgers and some others. In fact, when I think of early belters, I think of Humble Pie, Steve Marriott, 30 Days in the Hole. We've talked quite a bit about him. But there's a few guys, Mark Farner, Grand Funk, of course, none other than Robert Plant. And then, Steven Tyler, the original belters. But John Fogerty, was the man way back in the day in the original belting. Now, his actual music career didn't span that long because he got in a big fight with his record company and he's went a lot of years without making records. He still toured, but he didn't make a lot of records after, the 70s and a couple of the album Revival and some other stuff. But anyway, I point that out because his music is not that easy to sing. He sings pretty high. He's got a great tone, great distortion. We're going to talk more about that in a second. I chose this tune, Fortunate One, because it's kind of, I think, again, the quintessential example or the biggest example I could use of where he really comes from as a singer. So he's always kind of at the top of his range, at the threshold of where he can sing. And I think that's where a lot of belters are at, so they're always kind of hitting that A4 and just stabbing on it over and over again. And how would you love if you could get past that A4 to a B and to a C5 and beyond? If you knew how to do it. So in John's case, that isn't, we're going to talk about how to sing like John Fogerty, of course, but I also want to discuss that, you don't have to be stuck only hitting those belting notes. You can go beyond that and increase your range with the singing program that I have called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. So let's get started. By the way, Einstein said it best when he said, demonstration isn't a way to teach. It's the only way to teach. So if you got other vocal coaches out there on the internet that are making all kinds of claims, just say, hey, that's cool. Would you sing it for me? Sing for me just so I can hear how you would do it. And then also please show me some students singing so I know that you can reduplicate that or replicate that. So anyway, let's do this. Here we go. If you notice, kind of everything. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Yeah, great. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. It's all this real kind of forced, throaty stuff, right? Now, if you notice, I want to back this up again. The reason I'm doing this is I want you to hear a safer distortion. Hey, where you open up the throat rather than some folks are born, right? Some folks are born. You can open up the throat to get a cleaner, rounder, more robust, beautiful sound first, and then lean into the sound to add distortion. I cover all that in my singing course. So, in fact, I don't have to back it up. I'll just play from here. And I'm actually using, believe it or not, hey, some Dio technique in it where I'm really opening up that throat. But if you notice, look closely at my video. I got a lot of masking this. Some folks are born, yeah. I'm not going, I'm not dropping low in the throat. So if you want to try to find the placement of it, you gotta kind of like you're yawning into the sound in order to be able to get the placement to be higher, especially when you go to lean in it. But like I said, now all of this is just kind of pounding on one note over and over again, and that's kind of the coolness of the tune too. And that was a lot of what Fogerty did when he belted. Though Who'll Stop the Rain and all these other Looking Out My Back Porch, all these amazing songs, Proud Mary, whatever. that he has a lot of different expansive range when he sings a ballad or when he sings something that's a little more middle of the road instead of just straight up belting like this. But I wanted to choose this song because there's a lot of belters out there, and again, this I think represents a lot of where he's coming from, John's coming from as a singer. So. Now, we talk a lot about contiguous phrase singing, and that's the safest kind of singing there is in order to be able to keep the throat open. Unfortunately, in this case, John doesn't sing like that. He slams all of his vowel sounds. And what I do sometimes when I'm in a pinch is, it ain't me, right? I'll throw an H, it ain't me, right? You'll hear me throw a quick H to get the throat to open rather than slamming and shocking the vocal folds. Going, whoa, dude, what happened? Whoa, dude, you're doing it again, right? Because you can only last so long when you do that. So I cover all this in my singing course. We have all these little tricks that you do in order to keep that throat open to maintain good stamina, good longevity in doing something like this. So anyway, the song continues with the same kind of belting, but I wanted to showcase yet another belting tune by John because this tune is also pretty tough and he does some fun screams in it too that I like. So here we go. 737 coming out of the sky. Won't you take me down to Memphis on a midnight ride? I won't move. Playing in a traveling band. Yeah, well, I'm flying across the land, trying to get ahead. Playing in a traveling band. Now, 737 coming out of the sky. You have to have a lot of quick response in the diaphragm to be able to get into those really fast-paced phrases in order to be able to sustain that. So now a way that you could get around that is you could actually take one big breath instead of using a lot of smell. 737 coming out of the sky, right? And use contiguous phrase singing to make people think they're hearing stab singing or staccato phrase singing, right? But again, it's just depending on how you get caught in the throat. If you're on a show and you got to make it through it, I recommend the contiguous phrase singing one. If you're behind a red light in a video and you get to do it again if you make a mistake, then you can, really kind of, I hate to admit this, but again, it's like an extreme sport where we're stressing out the chords, we're stressing, slamming, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the name of tone, in the name of energy, in the name of, all the crazy stuff we want to do. So you got to be judicious about how much you do that. It can be done, but you always have to come back and fix and correct the voice and clean it up. Otherwise, you're going to really hurt yourself. Okay, next. Take me to a hotel, baggage goes nowhere. Come on, won't you give me to my room? I won't move. Playing in a traveling band. Yeah, we're flying across the land, trying to get ahead. Playing in a traveling band. Listen to the radio, talking about the last show. Someone got excited and they call us demolition. Won't move. Playing in a traveling band. Yeah, we're flying across the land, trying to get ahead. Playing in a traveling band. See what I mean about the stabs? Like it's just constant stabbing on the same note over and over again. So I'm gonna do the end here. Do one more scream at the end, but you get it. So it's like always being at the threshold, always being at the top of your range, just hitting that note over and over again. But understand that you can increase your range if you don't lock the vocal folds or the larynx down to where it can't allow freedom in the throat to open up and then go into higher pocket range singing by incorporating your mixed voice on into your head voice and back to be able to accommodate more than just this belting. So anyway, gang, hopefully this was helpful. I have a singing course, How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, man. You can find it at KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com. Stop by my singing forums, man. We have like 20,000 singers in there now, all negotiating, talking about how to get to all of these really cool places of singing in all kinds of different styles of singing as well. So with that said, check out my next video.